What's up, everyone? How's it going? In this game, we have RaccAttack, aka Khan, spawning in the southwest of the Gorge as our blue English player. Up here in the northeast, we have Beasty as our yellow English player. Classic English versus English matchup. Who will reign supreme? Which arrows will kill the other person? Is this going to be very feudal aggression on both sides? Are we going to go into a fast castle? Are both players going to turtle into Imperial? Stay tuned to find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Really nice. See, two English players. No new civilizations. Classics. Original civilizations. It's gonna be cool, or it's gonna be insanely annoying. One of the two. It's either gonna be annoying to cast / play, or it's gonna be amazing to cast / play. Because both players, since they are obviously English. Whoa, that got really loud for some reason right there. They both have the same capability of just turtling up, going into White Tower, into Berkshire, well, Council Hall, into White Tower, into Berkshire, and just being hugely huge turtles. Or they could play defensively. I mean, offensively, of course, with the Council Hall. I would love to see one of the players go into, I think, RaccAttack. I'm guessing RaccAttack is going to go into Abbey of Kings. Yeah.
Hester's.
I think RaccAttack is going to be the one. But of course, I could be completely wrong, and both players will go into Council Hall. Oh, come on. Come on, Recon. Come on, Recon. Abbey of Kings! Yes! Yes! I am both players! Yes! I was right. Yeah, you know what? I'm good. I'm good sometimes. You know, I knew RaccAttack was going to. I absolutely knew RaccAttack was going to, because he's that type of player. Recon doesn't like doing that friggin' Council Hall crap. No, he doesn't. But seeing Beasty go into Abbey of Kings, now that's actually a little weird, because he's a very standard player. He is an extremely cookie cutter player. And I'm not saying that in a negative manner whatsoever. He's not really known for his creativity.
Yeah.
More known for his simplicity, his mechanics. Like, his mechanics are phenomenal, don't get me wrong. They're very good. They're some of the best. But he's not really known for going outside the box, per se. His micro is good, his mechanics are good, he's a solid player. Recon, on the other hand, he's solid as well, but he is kind of known to go outside of the box, go into more of a non-meta style play. And we are going to be getting the 2TC play from our villagers. It does look like we're going to be going to eat from RaccAttack. And we are getting the early farm transition out of Beasty. I absolutely love that. Khan is going for that too. Or going for that Abbey of Kings. That's really cool.
Yaru.
Awesome. And I don't think either player has scouted the Abbey.
Here work.
Abbey of Kings finishes up for Beasty just a little bit faster than
RaccAttack,
because he is.
Yes, sir.
He did only have one villager on his landmark, on his agent, for a solid minute and a half, because he was gathering up the other resources. Getting his stone, getting his wood. Is going to be dropping an outpost at his fold so he doesn't get pushed off of it. Makes it a little bit more defensive.
What's her Fifi?
Did we see it? No, we did not see anything of the sort. Yellow English player, or Beasty.
Dein Hestes.
First king is out. King does need a buff. Like I will easily admit that. It's either
What's that
the King needs a buff or Council Hall needs a nerf to make the King
An
more
are to
viable.
hearing.
One of those two things needs to happen.
Obeisance is Ane Athu.
It's a solid unit.
Yea,
King
Ikam
Scout
Ganda.
versus King Scout. Horsemen are going to be getting
It's
made
living
for
here.
Beasty as well behind this. First one popping out. Second one already started. Was infused.
Fuse to servant.
Versus
It's
King
God's
Scout
way.
to be running around, and it is going to get picked off for recon. Walls came up already. Little mini wall. Nothing too extravagant. King 4 recon is doing a little bit of ring around the rosy, except instead of rosy, it is woodline. He's going to be trying to go back home.
Thine Hestus?
6'9", 1.8.
Reach and
Get another attack off. Yes, he will.
Yes, sir.
Death to the king. Death to the usurper. Bend the knee. Do it. RaccAttack decided not that
On your work, eh?
like it was kind of telegraphy. It looks more like he was just getting the stone in order to get up arrow slits. And then that was it. If that was the case,
What's that faith?
would have just pulled villagers onto the stone outcropping, let them long distance mine instead of mining camp there. But I think the 50 wood in that case would have been worth it because that's quite the long distance mine. Yeah, I think that's fine. That'll be good enough. Both players already have started their farm transition, but RaccAttack is a little ahead. It is currently
Faradon.
6 to the 1 of Beasty. Bells are ringing, and we should be seeing our. We should be seeing the blue English player going into castle fairly soon. He already has the gold for it, essentially. If he does a force drop off, he'll have it. Charge from the king onto the king. Does not land. Nice reaction from Recon. Pulls his villagers. And now the king comes back. That's a lot of damage getting put onto the king. 3 horsemen. King and a scout. And it will be the White Tower in a defensive position. Oh no, it's going to be the King's Palace. Yeah, he's definitely going to be going for the King's Palace right here. The way that he's posturing his villagers, yeah, King's Palace. Perfect. Means he is still pretty far off as well. He's at 805, 800, 450. So he's not going to be hitting castle anytime soon. And it does have to deal with the fact that he went for early aggression. That really hasn't paid off whatsoever. Yeah, he's had a little bit of idle time, but ultimately that doesn't affect them too much. Nice charge from our blue king onto the yellow
There you are.
horseman. A lot of damage coming through from the outpost. And now is he going to be... And villagers, it looks like he's gonna try, but he's not really gonna be able to get much. Yeah, he's not really gonna be able to get anything done right there. Villagers are getting microed by Recon extremely well. Villagers are gonna probably go down. It looks like 1 or 2 are gonna go down right here. Oh, is the king gonna go down too though? 2 villagers die, 3rd one goes down as well. 4th, 5th, maybe going down very soon as well. Villagers need to get deal the additional damage on units. 4th villager does go down. Charge from the king lands on one of the villagers. 5th villager down as well. This is a lot of damage that has just occurred. King dies. Still alive. Recon. I was talking about how Beasty went for the early aggression, got no damage done.
And Celia built it.
Do not only that, but he's able to basically catch up as well on the age up. RaccAttack started his probably about a minute sooner, and they finished within what, 15, 20 seconds of one another.
This Shula
That's really
Udure
solid
May.
for both our players, but more so for Beasty, of course, being able to clear up that
What needed Fayon done?
age up at roughly the same time as his opponent.
Yare
Really,
to
really
done
solid
some
play
work.
from him in order to get that done. But what he's going to be able to do here, the positioning for the King's Palace isn't really optimal in my opinion. For
Obeisance is
BC, it
honor
looks like
to
he
work.
just
Who's
threw
it to
it
say?
down instead of actually putting it in, let's say, the back line or something.
See they to worker.
Who's it to
Because
say?
it is a drop-off location. It's essentially a second TC, right? So you would want to put it somewhere where it'll be useful. The back somewhere would have been really good, just like how RaccAttack did with his.
What needeth be undone?
Put it next to the wood line and also
See
next
they
to
to work at.
his arms to work as a drop-off location for both of them. First, monks coming out. The king is back up and running now with
Building
the start
doorway
of
to dawn
another
somewhere.
wave. Charge going off.
Needeth be undone?
Double charge.
The
Where
Shulu
is his
do they
king
make?
at though? Where's the king of the scout? King Knight coming back for recon. Are they gonna be able to land the charge? One does. Yes. Okay. Decent damage. Not too shabby.
All is with
The numbers advantage are in favor of
Defenders.
those right here. Defender's advantage
Defenders,
technically
go
does
ahead.
go to RaccAttack since they are closer to his than they are to Beasty. And now a horseman will be
Ikrida for
poking at
Ridende Sweat.
What wilt thou?
going down though. 2 relics picked up have been picked up for recon. They are very close to being garrison. Third monk coming out right now. Is he gonna be able to grab this? No. It's gonna be close. Okay, he doesn't decide to actually commit to the monk. He was just committing
Letende
onto
they
the
hardy
military.
res. Me way is clear.
Monk and start healing these guys up though. Blacksmith coming down.
Yeah, Ikamganda.
Yeah, he is
On the
behind
swift
on
back.
upgrades. +1 ranged armor for
See things
Beasty,
work.
nothing
To hear them.
for Khan. Military advantage in favor of Beasty as well. Currently sitting on 11 to 9. And also
Yare to done
villagers.
some worker.
Villager lead goes to Beasty, 51 to 46. Keep in mind both players are on 2 TC as well. But Beasty was able to pick off 5
Obeisance
villagers
is honor Athu.
while Rack was trying to pick up.
God's sweet.
Otherwise, they'd be pretty much even at the moment. Especially since both players did castle at roughly the same time as well. Thought that was the rest. It's just the scouting. 2 relics in favor of our blue English. 3 relics have been picked up for our yellow English player. With the military advantage, does look like Beasty will be able to
This
secure
Shula
up
Udure May.
all 3 of those as well. Did get
They to worker.
closest relic to him. Double producing, double monastery out of the belt. So Recon could commit to it. I don't think that's the best of ideas though. Nice little micro from both players right there, pulling down their weekend one. You have 2 monks coming up for Recon though. That'll give him a little bit more stability. The king is about to go down for Recon as well. It is getting microed around, does get picked off. King is still super healthy for Beasty. Reset on the charge. No, it does not look like that. And both monks go down for Recon as well. Bololo going off in the back for no reason, just
And
Beasty things
Celia
that he likes to
builded
do.
thing.
All 3 of the rounds
Building
will be
doorway.
secured
To done
Hit
some
no
work.
by
hit
Beasty. 3 out of 5 will be secured for Beasty.
And Celia.
Recon. Something is. I think that was just a scout that got picked off on the retreat. Another team is going to be
Obeisance
coming
is
out
honor Athu.
for Recon.
Yare to done some work.
Does look like we're going to get some heavy commitment into Knights from Rack. He is building his 3rd stables. How many do we have
God
for Beasty
Swinker
hits
be
about 3
made.
as well. 4 actually. Okay.
And
What
see
they
the
do
That's
on done,
pretty
mate.
solid.
What need
That's why his military count has been just outpacing Recon the entire game. He's constantly been one stable ahead, basically.
You're ready to done some work.
Obeisance is
Also had a little
Ane
bit of an upgraded advantage. Not really. The upgrade advantage was insignificant because it's for ranged attack. It's not like there were any crossbows, archers, well, in this case, and we are going to be getting another charge off right here. Defender's advantage for our player. Nice little micro stutter step, not stutter step, but nice little micro from both sides, pulling back the weakened units.
this shooter is doing
Network of castles, I was going to say, network of citadels, not quite there yet. Obviously, in favor of
and Sealy
RaccAttack,
he
it does
built
increase
his
his
thing.
attack speed, which allows his units to obviously have higher DPS.
It's good.
Straight up do more damage per second. All sacred sites have been taken by Beasty. Sacred site victory in 9 minutes 52 seconds. Walls going clear across from one side to the other for Beasty. And we are getting walls coming up for Recon as well. Not as big, but they're still there. Mark it down as well. So start trading if necessary. Or not trading, but
Obeisance
trading
is
resources.
Ane
Traders themselves. Not looking too good for Rack. And not entirely sure what these monks are doing right here. They be dancing.
What needed be undone?
This shooter who do they made.
Dude, let them go. What are you guys doing?
See they to work.
Fuse to servant.
I don't know why this is like so interesting.
You're ready to done some work.
And Sealy builded thing.
An Are to hear.
Balding
Oh.
done.
Door
It
bells.
is good.
Okay, go back to the game now. Had enough. But they're still going. Okay, they got
Obeisance
moved.
is Ane Atu.
All right, awesome. I won't get distracted anymore. Trying to get a little bit of a wrap around. They will have to burn down the palisade wall, which will tell Recon exactly where they are. There's quite a few villagers right here that can potentially go down. They're gonna try to spam out an outpost before this happens, before the charge goes through, but it will be a little too late. No. Good reaction from Recon. Pulls his villagers back and then lets them
Obeisance is Ane Atu.
start building up that outpost. Run by right into the wood line. 3 knights. One more villager goes down. 2 villagers go down. There might be a 3rd and 4th victim as well with this run by. Recon does need to do something. Berkshire getting thrown down in the middle of the map to defend against anything right there. Solid play by Beasty so far. He is going to be able to secure this. And now the Sacred Site victory is looking more and more like his actual win condition. Especially with that Berkshire right there. In the center of the map, we might be getting a keep and potentially a tower at the northern one. The southern one is kind of in favor of our blue English player. Just because there aren't any walls to actually block off, could actually throw down a few walls right here just to put it, Beasty that is, to cut it even more so. But as of right now, Beasty is in a really solid position. He's in Imperial, he's getting Tithe Barns, he has, why am I blanking on it? Enclosures, I was gonna say encapsulate, not sure why. But he is getting his enclosures as well. His farm transition, it's decent, I suppose. Yeah, he has okay farms. What is it on? Like 24 or something? 31? Really? That's 31 farms? That does not look like 31 farms to me. Am I missing something somewhere? Oh, yeah, there's more over here. Okay, cool. So with the enclosures, it is going to start producing a ton of resources for him. RaccAttack is attempting to try to go into Imperial himself. still a few resources short. He is sitting on 31 as well. 31 farms as well. We are going to be getting a full wraparound of units right here. The Knights of our blue English player fully surrounding, engulfing the Knights of Beasty. Recon making a really nice fight for himself right there. Beasty is going to be forced to retreat. He needs to split his units though. Recon, that is, because of this, exactly, a juke. Perfect little juke. That's why he would have needed to split his units a little sooner just to be able to get a bit more damage in on those Knights. Charge coming through will be able to... Nope. For some reason the charge does cancel, and now the Sacred Side victory is getting paused ever so slightly. 5 minutes 24 seconds to victory. Berkshire coming up as well. A defensive Berkshire, yeah, that's okay. That's a decent position, I guess. But the knight that was on second side is going to go down. I would have really liked to see the Berkshire get thrown up here. And honestly, just boom. Deny out this entire... oh, 1 moment. Just deny out the Sacred Site victory by throwing down the Berkshire here or even back here. It also will eventually secure up your trade post if you ever want to go that route. Instead, he's going more for the defensive, and now we're going to be getting a keep as well as an outpost on the eastern sacred site. Western sacred site is going to be free. This is, yeah, if he just threw down the Berkshire up here, it would have been so much better for him. He'd be able to neutralize this uncontested. And now, like I said, we're getting defensive structures thrown up on there, so it's going to make it even more difficult for Recon to be able to do anything, to be able to neutralize it or even attempt to neutralize it. His his military will be taking heavy fire while standing on there. He's going to have to go into trebuchets. He's going to have to try to do that quickly as well, because he only has 4 minutes 5 seconds left until victory for Beasty. It's gonna come in here and start just getting rained upon from that heat. He will be able to take down the outpost fairly quickly, but now here comes the military for Beasty, and keep in mind, this is gonna do a lot of damage. It also allows him to produce units on the front line. Charge gonna be coming through. Will not connect on the entirety of the army, but it will potentially get a couple hits at least. No, it doesn't look like it. Not a single one. Ribalda-Quinn. There's a Ribalda-Quinn. Huge amount of damage from that Ribalda-Quinn. Massive damage. Solid playing. And this one spear is like, don't worry guys, I will not make it out alive, and dies. 9 villager kills. That's it for Beasty, none for Recon. This is a very difficult situation that Rack has put himself in. Little walls coming through. Of course, villagers will be going down. Finally, Recon is going to be able to return the favor and do some damage. Decent amount. Full on swarm of knights in the base of Recon. 15 villager kills. He was only at 9 and he's already jumped up to 19. 10 villagers, 11 dead. How many more are going to be going down? This is huge for Beasty, just being able to clear out so many villagers. Look at that. 36 villagers so far. Yes, he is going to try to neutralize the sacred site on the eastern side. The keep already has cannon emplacement as well as burning oil, so it is going to be very defensive. But behind this, he's lost 40 villagers. This is huge. This is absolutely huge for Beasty. Okay, cool. You're going to neutralize it, potentially anyways. In the meantime, I'm just going to kill every single one of your villagers. Recon is down to 68 villagers at the moment, and a few more have went down, a total of 51. That's 42 additional villager kills that he's gotten since the beginning of that raid. looks like there's still 2 knights back here as well that are going to be laying waste to these units. Bombard, Rebaldaquin, 2 Springolds are out for Beasty. They will be able to snipe off that Rebaldaquin. He does need to micro this. He needs to be careful. Knights on knights in the front line. The Rebaldaquin could potentially be huge in this fight. He cannot fight underneath this though. He cannot fight underneath the Berkshire. Rebaldaquin is trying to get sniped off. Another shot goes on it. Knights are going to be tanking the front line alongside some of the spears. This could be the last fight between these 2 players right here, especially with the amount of damage that has been dealt to the equal of Recon. This is going to be his last remaining attack. He will not be able to replenish as quickly as Beasty can. 62 military though. That's like, he's huge. That's so huge. 65 to 14. He could go in here and just start destroying so much, killing so many villagers, repaying Beasty for what he did to his base. So many spears are here for Rack. 55 spears total. They will completely destroy any of these knights. The Rebaldaquin goes down. There's still another 1 Springbold left. The Bombard is up and running. It's gonna start firing onto the King's Palace. From there, it'll start focusing down the Abbey of Kings. This is huge. This could be a massive, massive turnaround for Recon right now. Down goes the King's Palace. Springbold kind of doing something, not really, but okay. Abbey of Kings, second landmark is down. The 3rd landmark will be the town center, but just look at what he's doing. 82 military to 33. Yes, Beasty did kill a lot of villagers, but he's still on 2 TC. He still is able to get it up and running if necessary. There are 2 Springolds out, and this is going to be huge for our blue English player. He just has numbers advantage. Is that numbers advantage going to translate over to a window? Springolds are going to try to do a little bit of extra damage. Look at the Bombard getting microed properly, but it doesn't look like the spears for Recon are going to be able to sustain. He's dropping in numbers. After all of this, yes, Recon did kill a few buildings. He was able to pick off 2 landmarks, but he didn't kill a single villager throughout that entire thing. And now villagers are getting pulled in order to start repairing up the King's Palace, get the Abbey of Kings up and running yet again, and Beasty's getting a ton of upgrades behind this. He's getting his veterancies for his archers, for his spears. He got chemistry +1 ranged attack. He's repairing up his, that's a lot of resources, don't get me wrong, that's going to go into repairing, and by resources I mean just wood. That's going to be a lot of wood that's going to go into repairing both of those buildings. But he really, Rack really doesn't, or Recon, I know I keep switching between the 2, it's just whatever pops into my head first. So Recon did do some damage, right? He was able to get rid of 2 landmarks, he got rid of a handful of buildings, but he didn't do any eco damage. He only killed 2 workers, 2 villagers, and I think one of those was from back over here on the stone outcropping. So when he was pushing in, there weren't any villagers that went down. It was a decent amount of idle time, I guess. Beasty's up to 141 villagers now compared to the 100 of Rack. But Recon did get his military up and running, at least, or his eco back up and running. He did lose 53, so I think he was down to about 60 villagers. He's up to 100, so he was able to re-macro, get that villager count up and running again. Beasty is moving to recon side of the base, throwing down a keep outpost, securing up the outcropping and the gold vein. And now we're going to start seeing a few outposts spread out throughout the map for Beasty as well, so he knows where recon is going at any point in time, essentially.
Oh, man, rest for the fluid. Ready to go.
Really solid play from both players. There was just way too much damage getting thrown onto the spears when recon was pushing through. That was the main issue right there. And now stone walls are going to be coming up for Beasty to fully turtle up, be secured on the eastern side. Down the middle and on the western, he still has just normal palisade walls. How many? Beasty's sitting on 52 farms at the moment. Recon has 64. So his
You ready for Hestus?
this is what I was saying in the beginning of the game. So this is going to be a really nice, or not nice, this could have been a feudal slash castle age matchup, ends fairly quickly, call it a good day, or this is going to be a massive imperial, post-imperial game between these two phenomenal players. And it looks like it's going to be that. It looks like this is going to be a slugfest between two English players with near infinite resources, just throwing stuff at each other and hoping something sticks. Hopefully one of them is going to be able to get the upper hand on the other, but it does look like Beasty is going to continue to get that upper hand because we just don't have any walls. We don't have that many walls up for our blue English player. Like, recon really hasn't done anything. He has walls on the eastern side, but they're palisade walls, so they'll be easily burned down at any point in time. He does have the Berkshire on the eastern side, so at least that's good. But more villagers will be going down every single time that he doesn't move out with, or every time he doesn't build, for every second that he doesn't build a stone wall, units will be going down. There's going to be the potential run-bys. Two bombards are here to siege down the keep. Doesn't look like it because they are going to get picked off by the Springolds. Springolds get picked off by spears, and there's the cycle of life. Decent amount of hand cannoneers though for Beasty. It looks like recon thought that they were still going to be throwing cavalry units at each other, so he just made way too many spears. Currently sitting on 62, and he's going to be making more as well. Not entirely sure where this is coming from. Does he just plan on overrunning with just nothing but spears, nothing but trash units against hand cannoneers? And of course he knows that he's playing against English, so the inevitable longbows with flaming arrows. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Honestly, what I would like to see out of recon is a third TC, just so he could get that eco up and running. Even more so, right? So if he threw down, okay, so he could delete this lumber camp, throw down a TC right here. It's gonna be another defensive structure. He's gonna start pumping out more villagers, get that count up because he wants to be between 130 and like 145. So he has near infinite production, right? Once you get enclosures and you're sitting on like 80 farms, you're just gonna be able to make so many units infinitely, basically, and just start throwing them at each other. We are gonna be getting another fight right here in the middle. Decent amount of spears and longbows with the flame arrows. Flaming arrows. Hand cannoneers flanking from the top side of the screen. King is out and will be getting focus fired, most likely. There it goes down. This is just a lot of units for recon that are going to be going down. He is going to try to transition into horsemen, but he's revealing his hand too soon. He's not letting it get up to that critical mass and then pushing forward. But at this rate, I don't really think it's going to matter. Beasty's going to be able to go in with these hand cannoneers. There was a huge blunder by recon just going into mass spears, since he didn't know what Beasty was doing behind it. Yeah, it would have been amazing if Beasty was remaxing in horsemen and knights, But instead, Beasty was going into hand cannoneers, spears, and longbows. So that's a lot of burned units right there for our blue English player. Let's just take a full screen look at Beasty's base right now, since we've been covering recon for a decent amount of time. Nice little layout. Looks good, looks good. Not sure if I would want to live here. Maybe. If I did, I want to be like in this house back here. I want to be by myself.
Laver good a worker.
No. No. Or, no, I wouldn't want to be next to the wall. Definitely not next to the wall. I'd want to be like isolated. Like this house right here. Yeah. Put me right here. I'll live there. Cliffside. Awesome. Beasty has a nice spread throughout his SimCity. It's gonna be hard to really do anything to him at the moment. Landmarks on one side, all his infrastructure on the other. I don't know if that's intentional or not, or if that's just how the game progressed for him. But either way, pretty solid.
I'm still gay, coon what he am doing.
That's a ton of villagers. 33 villagers right here. Oh, those villagers are gonna jump onto the bombard. That bombard's gonna be going down for free. Is he also gonna try to go for an offensive key? Nope, he was just gonna go kill the bombard and that was it. Rams coming out now as well. Not much for them to actually do aside from start burning down walls. The Berkshire is here. Does it have any emplacements? No, it doesn't. That's not good. Villagers, finally. Recon is going to be getting his revenge. Killing quite a few villagers behind this. He only had 2. He's up to 24 now. Not like it's going to matter too much at this rate. And wow, we are going to be getting a wonder. Cathedral of St. Thomas. 22 villagers are going to be bringing up the wonder. Beasty is saying, okay, cool. I'm just going to go for the wonder victory. You're turtling, I'm turtling. Let's see you try to get rid of this. As soon as that wonder is done, he has a full wall coming up behind it. He needs probably, nah, he really doesn't need anything else. That's all he really needs, just so the Rams can't go up to it. He has enough infrastructure to build his army instantly. Look at the amount of resources for both players. Absolutely insane. Once this wonder comes up though, it's gonna trigger a reaction. It has to trigger a reaction from Recon. He has to try to go in for a flank, stone walls, western side as well now. Yeah, he has to just try to go down the middle. That's all he can really do. There aren't any stone walls there, which Beasty will be rectifying pretty soon, because he wants to try to sandbag the attacks as much as humanly possible. And these are going to be the longest 15 minutes of both of their lives right now. Well, the longest 15 minutes of this game for both of them. That timer has started. Wait, is the wonder victory? Oh, the wonder victory is only going by 5 seconds. Okay, that's strange. It also started at 14 minutes. Yeah, okay, it's jumping by 5 seconds at a time. Attempted trade coming through from Recon as well, but Beasty is gonna start building walls up right next to it. Gonna try to deny it or delay it as best as possible.
We have it! Beat they foe!
Trade is not something that I was really expecting to come out of Recon, considering, you know, there's a cathedral of St. Thomas. That's amazing. Okay, cool. Cool beans. I love it. Sacred, or not sacred site. Well, he could try to, no, he can't go for a sacred site victory anymore. Oh, well, he still could, because it's a 10-minute timer. He would have to try to go for it. He had to try to go for it earlier on though, because he still needs to kill the Berkshire Beastie's army, cap them, build walls around them as well. There's no way he would have been able to. He had to started that way before the wonder started, before the wonder was complete. No, what got killed off? I heard a delete somewhere. Maybe it was villagers, or was it military? I think he actually deleted military.
Now, we net couldn't be under the arm with us.
12 minutes, 50 seconds.
I'm fine with that. Could he go with work?
And RaccAttack still hasn't really done anything. He's just making a lot of rams. He's sitting, both players are at 200, of course. Food advantage goes to Recon. What are we gonna see here though? And now Beastie is gonna be pushing forward. There are mangonels as well to start trying to do some damage to the front line or even the back line. Whatever can happen happens at this rate. Sprinkle's moving forward in order to try to pick off the mangoes, which they are not going to be able to, but it doesn't really matter. The entire front line for Recon has vanished. The power of hand cannoneers, which Citadel or network of Citadel, they were just, the DPS is just absolutely astonishing. And now traders are going to be walking into the middle of this crossfire as well. They will be going down. He had an opportunity, Recon that is, had an opportunity, and he didn't take it. That's a lot of, there's a lot of horsemen out now. 29 horsemen, 13 man-at-arms, but that's a lot of dead traders now. He needs to just fully engulf the crap out of Beastie's army with all of those horsemen. If he doesn't, then this is essentially the beginning of the end. He needs to be able to get rid of that, and then he still needs to get rid of the Berkshire, push through, and get rid of the Wonder. I'm not sure if he's actually going to be able to do that in 10 minutes. This is looking so good for Beastie right now.
Labor, good a worker.
And now, I think at this point, Recon just needs to go all in when it comes to the military.
What shoulder thy engine do?
And I think that's actually what he's doing. I'm pretty sure he just deleted 20 more villagers. And he's gonna just try to push with way too many rams. Like with an obscene amount of rams. And try to end it that way. Springolds pick off the first mangonel. Horsemen gonna try to fully engulf, which they will not be able to. Spears in the front line, stabbing, getting rid of them very quickly. As well as the hand cannoneers and the longbows behind it. Man-at-arms, spears, pushing forward, will be able to push back the ranged units of Beastie to behind the wall. Still a ton of resources for both players. 71 villagers on wood for Recon. Yeah, he's up to 32 rams. That's a lot of rams. He deletes another 10 villagers. I think those were his villagers on gold. Yeah, Recon is gonna be going for a hell of an attack with just rams. Only 10 villagers on food at the moment. He's also sitting on 5 mangonels. He wants to just murder whatever he can, as more villagers have been deleted that were on wood. He's down to 65 workers. That's it.
Good a worker done a Rita. Lock as greater.
8 minutes, 30 seconds until Wonder Victory. He's banking 37 rams. He needs to try to swap over some of the villagers he has on wood back to food. He needs to start gathering food. He needs to get that gold count up and running as well. He can't just be making nothing but rams at this point. I really don't think so anyways. If this works, that's going to be phenomenal. That's going to be absolutely amazing.
This neat, widows will and weeping. Honor and glory for Ora Falca.
What are you doing? You have about 7.5, let's say. Let's call it 7.5 instead. Rabaldequins, 6 Rabaldequins. Springolds as well. These rams are not going to be able to survive. They really aren't. And he needs to push down the middle. Going through the sides is just going to take way too much time to accomplish. He needs to push down the middle. There's only the Palisade Gate, the Berkshire, and with the amount of rams he has, he'll be able to go through that stupid fast. What are you doing, Recon? He deleted more villagers. He deleted 5, nope, 10 more. There goes some more right there as well. Okay, so at this rate, I'm pretty sure Recon's just gonna lose to indecision because he's done nothing for the last 3 minutes.
What shoulder thy engine do?
If he was at least kind of doing a slight aggression here and there, if he burned down the wall in the meantime, something. But he's being very indecisive at the moment. And in a situation like this, you cannot be indecisive. He's sitting on 61 rams, right? I'm pretty sure he could just A-move to the... At this point, he could A-move to the cathedral and kill almost everything. He's splitting up his rams into 3 different attack forces. We got the northern one breaking through. That's where a majority of Beasty's army is, though. They're just going to be moving through, killing off whatever they can. We have the rams on the south side, well, on the eastern side now, doing the same thing. There is a stone wall here to kind of sandbag it as well. How many? There's 22 rams on the eastern side. In the middle, these rams just need to get rid of the Berkshire. He needs to just burn down that Berkshire. Rams on the northern side are getting burned down as they're doing nothing. They're doing absolutely nothing on the northern side. How about on the eastern? Okay, he's gonna be getting rid of the wall. He was sitting at 61, 65 rams. He's down to 51, so he's lost about, let's just call it 10. He's lost 10 rams and he hasn't killed any significant structures. Okay, never mind. He's at least killed the Berkshire. I think nope, he didn't kill the keep on the eastern side, nor did he kill the keep on the western side. Is he gonna just... Okay, he's gonna go for landmark snipes. All right, this makes a lot more sense. Will he actually be able to do this though? King's Palace, gone. Abbey of Kings, almost gone. Oh, he needs to get the Abbey of Kings. Get the Abbey of Kings. Come on. One more hit. One more hit. He's down to 30 rams. He is going to try to fully swarm the villagers, Rabaldequins, military, for Beasty itself are not letting him get a full surround on the town center. As a matter of fact, the rams are going to be getting pushed back. Mangonels, Springolds, a lot of man-at-arms, 80 man-at-arms total getting streamlined in for Recon as well. Horsemen, 23 rams down from his 61. A keep trying to come up. It will get focus fire down. That will not make it. All Beasty needs to do is survive for another 3 minutes 50 seconds, which he might actually be able to if he's able to sandbag this enough. These Rams aren't focusing down the key. There's just not enough for Recon here. I get what he was trying to do. He was just so indecisive about it. If he was just sending in, let's say 1 or 2 Rams at a time, just to break down the walls, just to do something, like this attack would have hit about 2 minutes sooner, right? But now we're getting down to the very last moments of this game. Whether he wins or loses, it's not going to be lasting that much longer. The Rams are now going to start focusing down infrastructure. Military count for Recon is at 67 to 84 of Beasty. Beasty needs to survive for 3 minutes, and he will. He already has the Abbey of Kings almost halfway built, repaired. King's Palace getting there as well. The Berkshire will not be coming back up because that's where all the units are going to be streamlining in from. These mangonels needed to be here a lot sooner. They were, oh, these mango shots could be huge right here though. Decent, really nice shots right there. Not a lot of units did go down though. The next ones will be massive though. They will clear out more than half of the amount of units that are there. Revolta Quins for Beasty up and running, and they're gonna start clearing out the men at arms and anything and everything else that they can. Nice little spread though. Really nice spread from Recon to try to get a full surround, but there's just too many Revolta Quins and not enough units to actually get rid of them. 1 minute remaining. King's Palace back up. Abbey of Kings back up. And the town center has been fully healed. Oh, I said 1 minute. Apparently it's 2 minutes. The counter is kind of broken. Sorry about that, guys. That was the 2 minute warning. These Revolta Quins are just here chilling, killing everything. GG gets called. Games goes to our yellow English player, Beasty. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.